What is up, everybody? Here we are again with another huge news and fact roundup covering everything Breath of the Wild related. In our last video, we went over an interview with Aonuma and Miyamoto discussing where this game takes place on the timeline, how NPCs will be more important than ever in this game, how you will have a Goron, Gerudo, Zora, and Rito all as companion characters similar to Wolf Link, and they will each have their own unique weapon, as well as a lot of other interesting stuff. So check that video out after this one if you haven't already. In this episode, we have new details about the Amiibo releasing alongside Breath of the Wild. We have a full roundup of everything we learned from the previous interview between Miyamoto and Aonuma, with new details we weren't able to cover, how in this game Zelda will play a more important role than ever before, Aonuma just casually mentions Link can fly in this game, and much more. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future news and analysis videos, and be sure to leave your thoughts on today's news in the comments below, as well as anything that I may have missed, and if we use it on future videos, I'll be sure to give you a shout out and credit you for bringing it to my attention. And with all of that out of the way, let's get started. Today we start off with a collection of everything we learned from Aonuma and Miyamoto's interview with IGN. This does contain some stuff that we covered last time, so instead of reading off the full interview, I'll save you some time and just give you the important information. Aonuma knew it would be hard to predict where the player would start in this game, since you are free to roam. Aonuma implemented a secret ideal to get around this, which he came up with over 20 years ago. Miyamoto says Skyward Sword may have been a little too slow due to the character development and relationships built up. Breath of the Wild takes a different approach and lets you hop right into the game and discover story as you go along. The dev team tried to redefine what Zelda is with Breath of the Wild. In this game, both Link and Zelda are tasked with saving the world. Zelda also has to make sure the kingdom is safe, since she's a princess. Characters seen in the trailer are companions that will help Link on his journey. The support you get is actually a bit mysterious. The world is filled with monsters, so Link can't be the only one trying to take them on. People will ask Link for help, and if he completes the task given to him, Link will get rewards like items. During development, there were scenes where tons of people were standing around or villagers were wandering at night. Nintendo reworked things so characters have their own lives. Register the horses you ride at stables. Stables also serve as crossroads where people come and go. Meet new people and exchange info at stables. Some horses are stronger and tougher to tame, while others are easier. Lots of attention was paid to finer details, even going down to the sound of a horse's hooves. Miyamoto feels they may have told too much of the story in the beginning of Skyward Sword, which held people back. The team wanted to let people experience riding a horse in Breath of the Wild early on. Alright guys, so what are your thoughts on what Aonuma and Miyamoto had to say on this interview? Let us know in the comments below. Next up is something that gets me excited. Aonuma just casually mentions Link will be flying in Breath of the Wild. This comes from a different interview conducted between Aonuma and Nintendo of France, where fans sent in questions to be asked. The second question given was, among all the new elements introduced in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which one did you enjoy working on the most in order to make the experience unique? Aonuma replies with, "What I prefer in this game is that you have unprecedented freedom to do whatever you want. The game was designed in such a way that you can climb all the mountains. The main gameplay mechanic consists in climbing mountains, and the world was created so that you are high above ground. You can see everything it's made of. If you find an interesting place, you can head there using your paraglider. You will climb, look around, fly, again and again. It's a unique method of transportation, haven't seen in any other game, and I think it's really fun and novel. This is my favorite aspect of the game." So this all could just simply be him referring to the paraglider. But one of my biggest hopes in Breath of the Wild ever since it was revealed as just Zelda Wii U was that the loft wings from Skyward Sword would return. Just imagine flying on a loft wing 100 or 200 feet in the air, soaring over vast lakes, giant mountain tops, an endless desert, and everything else the world of Hyrule and Breath of the Wild has to offer. Aonuma's statement doesn't confirm the return of loft wings, as he just mentions Link will fly. In this game, we probably have a few different ways to do this. I guess some would consider paragliding as flying, even though it's gliding, or if you're Buzz Lightyear,
this isn't flying, this is falling with style.
We know this game has a giant flying guardian, so perhaps riding on it is what Aonuma means, or perhaps the Rito in this game can be used to carry Link to different locations. Similar to how in Ocarina of Time you could use the owl to fly to certain spots, or in Twilight Princess you are forced to fly using the Twilight Carrier Cargo-Rock. Whatever we'll be using in this game, it has me excited. Let me know in the comments below what you think Aonuma could have meant by this. Third up is more of a clarification. Some of you were asking what the Amiibo section of the recent Famitsu scan says. Well, I had my friend Alex, who works with Commonwealth Realm, in some of his videos to do a translation. But before we get to it, I just want to point out that some people in the comments were under the impression that Famitsu was basically printing rumors and nothing was confirmed by Nintendo. I just want to say that most of the stuff Famitsu covers about Nintendo is actually confirmed. They aren't just posting or printing rumors. Nintendo specifically goes to Famitsu to help spread specific news. That is how they wind up with the official artwork, unreleased screenshots, and other stuff. Besides, if they were just known for constantly posting rumors, no one would be talking about them, as their credibility would be worse than that kid you knew at school who just had that uncle who worked at Nintendo and bragged to all the other kids about how he has already played that next Mario game that no one's ever heard of. Anyways, back to the article. It simply says there are 5 new Amiibo being sold alongside Breath of the Wild. These, along with the 30th anniversary Amiibo sold last year, will give various effects in the game. Some will fight with you, some will give food, items, treasure chests, and more. Alex then says that Famitsu goes on to say that Ribaru is a Rito, which is weird because that means the Rito and the Zora are in the same game, and we all know the Zora evolve into the Rito. But in the Wind Waker we also had the Koroks alongside the Kakiri, which was a Sage. So I guess that's different, but I'm really interested in seeing how this game explains it, because we know the Zora turn into the Rito, but the Rito can only fly by getting the Dragon Scale from Valu, which is one of the main reasons you have to go through the first dungeon in the Wind Waker. But the interesting part here is that it says some will fight with you. We know Wolflink will fight alongside you. Although Wolflink is shown in the screenshot, his amiibo isn't shown, and even if it was, it is only one amiibo. This article specifically says some will fight alongside you, which means we could have the Guardian and Bokoblin show up beside us to fight in the same way that Wolflink does. But this isn't confirmed, and as for the rest of the amiibo functionality, I would have to say Link with the bow gives you more arrows, possibly a variety of different arrows like fire arrows, ice arrows, bomb arrows. Link on horseback may allow a horse to pop up near you for situations where you can't find one, or if you're nowhere near a stable. Zelda could pop up and help you out as a companion character, but realistically I expect it to act similar to how it does in Twilight Princess HD, and just give you hearts. And finally, we already know what each of the 30th anniversary amiibo do. They'll just give you random items, chests, and other stuff when used. What's up everybody, really quick before we get to the usual end slate, I wanted to mention a quick update for this channel. I'm trying to bring together a few new series other than the usual discussions and news videos that we do. I would like to bring quality reviews, let's plays, do more live streams, a top 10 series, and more analysis videos. However, to do this, I need your help. Between being a new father, YouTube, and my real job, I don't have the time to work on all of these videos. So I'd like to bring on other people who can help out from time to time, like Sasizi and others who have helped host and edit videos before. To make this all happen, and to get awesome rewards for yourself, head over to patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can get shoutouts and videos, join our group Discord and chat with us whenever you want, be a guest on some of our videos, and much more. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would like to give a huge thank you to this month's Patreons for their support: George Martinez, Glenn Casio, Hen Hutinen, Lunarium, Magic Tech Review, The Itch Network, and Harris Priest. Thank you all for everything, and it's because of your support that I'm able to find the time to do these videos. If you would also like to support this channel, head over to patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can find all kinds of great rewards like joining on a video, being added onto our Discord chat, having your discussion or topic featured on one of our videos, and much more, including having your own custom artwork similar to my own, drawn of you in any anime or video game style you would like. Finally, I would like to give a huge thank you to Gnomo Designs and CS Guitar 89 for providing the music and artwork for this channel.